Alright, here we go. Here's something that's often overlooked is bore sighting. Anytime that you start on the defense and the scenario card does not say bore sight NA, you can bore sight with machine guns and tanks. The way you bore sighting work is you write down a hex that's within normal range of your machine gun, and anytime you fire into that hex, it's a down 2 shot. But only if it's the first thing you shoot at, and if you've not changed your covered arc or fired at something else. As long as you keep firing at that same hex, that's going to be -2. So in this example, this heavy machine gun, let's say that the Americans or the Germans are coming down this road here, I figured that he'll probably go into this woods eventually, or maybe into this woods. If it was me, I wouldn't go out in the open, so I'd probably bore sight. If this was my setup, maybe I'd bore sight this hex right here. So here comes the German, da-da-da. He's like, well, I guess I'll go into here. And I'll advance into here at the end of my turn. All right, so now it's my prep fire shot. This would normally be the 6, this will say a 6 +1 for the woods, or for the hedge. I would say, but this is my bore sighted location, so it's down 2. So it'd be a 6 down 1 shot now, canceling out the woods. So bore sighting is very important, especially with tanks. But don't, if it doesn't say you can't, you can. All right. It's not going to say bore sighting on your scenario card, but it will say bore sighting not available. Remember, you can only bore sight if you start on board and you're on defense. All right. Here's something else I'll mention for a tip. I don't see many people use, and I use it all the time. Spotted fire. Let's say that you have this 50mm mortar, and the Germans are coming from over here somewhere off the board where you can't see. Well, you put a leader that's within a hex, adjacent hex of the mortar, and the mortar itself does not have to have line of sight. So you can call, this guy can call for fire from this mortar at the enemy target, and it's going to be +2 to hit. Well, that sounds bad, but by the time if you're using a small mortar with a high rate of fire, it might not be that big a deal. Let's say that your initial number to hit might be an 11, you're trying to hit or a 10, and you miss, but as long as you get that colored 3 or less, you get rate of fire. You put down a -1 for acquisition. Now it's only +1 to hit because of your bore sight. And if you get rate of fire again, then you get +2 to your target acquisition. So now it's just a normal flat shot, even though it's bore sighted, and your mortar is perfectly protected from the enemy. So bore sighting, not bore sighting, I meant spotted fire. Spotted fire is a great option if you want to protect your mortar. A lot of times I don't see guys use it because they hate that +2 to hit. But that +2 to hit isn't that bad. So there's other regulations on spotted fire. Look it up in the rule books and read about it. It's something that you should try. Let's talk. Last thing I want to talk about in this thing, I guess, would be minefields. Some scenarios you're going to get minefields. This here is a 6-factor anti-personnel minefield. And the rules for minefields are pretty simple. You can put them anywhere you want, except for you can't put them in a paved road unless you put them exposed. So there's another counter where you can just put them right in the middle of the road. But you put them out, and if a guy when he moves into that mine, you roll. You don't tell him. You tell him you're rolling, but you don't tell him what factor that minefield is. And if this would be a 6 mine factor field, so you roll on a 6 table. And if it's an 8 factor, you roll on the 8 table. There's another one as well. I think it's 12. All right, and that's how they work. So you can put them where you want. Well, a little tip I'll give you that I found useful many times, caught guys unaware, is let's say that this is. Let's say the attack is coming from. Let's say the attack is coming from over in this area. My defense is. Let's say that this is my defense. I've got a heavy machine gun, like this. All right. Well, the Germans are coming down this road, and they see me here, and they know I've got some mines. Well, some possible places to put mines would be here, or here, or here, or here, and that's pretty common. Places to put mines, but one place that's often overlooked is you can put mines in the location of a building, especially a multi-location building, and what happens is that little grass that's between where they enter, when they go from, let's say that you're in here and they want to go into your location, you're not in the minefield because you're in the building, but when he advances in, he's going through the minefield, and he's going to have to take that mine attack. And then if he leaves, if he gets in, he might get in, but he might be broken when he gets in. That's bad news. All right. So that's one thing to do, is put mines in a location like that. Your guys then, once they start getting overwhelmed, they can retreat out of the building without ever going through the minefield. And then what will happen is, the little German guy here will think, I made it in the building. He'll go, he's all nervous. He's going to go, assault 1. Oh, good. No mines. Then he's going to go advance into the building, and boom, he hits the mines when he goes into the building. All right. Another little trick I do with mines is sometimes if I got a building, I'll just put the mines like that. So the German's here. He advances into this building. Let's say he makes it through the minefield miraculously, but now when he leaves, he's got to go through the minefield again. All right. So use mines wisely. Don't put them all up in a row. You know, spread them out. Put them in the most likely avenues where he's going to go through, and don't hesitate to put him in a location like this. Or another one would be like this this woods hex here. He's coming up the side here, and you know he's coming to this building. He's not going to want to go through the woods because it costs more movement factors, but he may say bypass 1, 2, but bypass 1, he's still hitting the minefield. Boom, he hits the minefield right here. Breaks him, he's stuck in the woods there. All right. Be tricky with your mines. That's the fun part with mines. I'll do probably a few more of these. Nothing too huge or anything. Nothing that's gonna be like, whoa, never thought of that possibly. But there's some stuff that's good to remember. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. And a little plug: I made these bumper stickers. They're about this big. It says "Advanced Squad Leader" on top. Established 1985. Looks pretty good on your. I put them on my my travel kit on the outside. I put one on my car, but people are concerned I'll be getting the American Sign Language people, but not too much. I've actually I like it. So if you're interested in one of these, email me and I'll tell you how to get one of them. So there you go. So see you next time.